slave is the 4th of July. And is it true that you were born a slave?
I was born into bondage, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Around the year 1818. I do not know the exact date of my birth, as
Okay.
slaves did not know the dates of their births. The closest we could come would be planting time or harvest time. You see, any slave master did not want you to have any knowledge whatsoever. An educated slave is a worthless slave, would be the mantra of any slave master of the 19th century. And
Wow.
so from that bondage, I freed myself. I often introduce myself as I come to you today as a thief, a robber. I stole this head, this body from my master and ran off with them.
Mm.
And so, fortunately, I was able to make something of myself. And so, as you were talking about what is going on in the modern era, the Juneteenth, which we
Mm-hmm.
call Jubilee,
Oh,
uh,
wow.
after Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston, Texas, on
Mm-hmm.
June the 19th of 1865, and read that proclamation to those people down there. Then we started to celebrate what we were calling Jubilee, which now I understand you all are celebrating Juneteenth. But it was a way to celebrate that slavery, the end of bondage had ended for everyone um, in this country.
Mr. Douglas, given that you rubbed elbows with some powerful women in your time, you mentioned Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman. Now, media would have us think that these were just figures, made up, fictitious people. Tell us a little bit about your encounters with these powerful women.
Yes, well, you might understand that I was born in Talbot County on the Eastern Shore
Okay.
near St. Michael's.
Mhm.
Harriet Tubman, or as she was born, her birth name, Araminta Ross, they
Mhm.
call her Minty,
Mhm.
was born in Dorchester County, which was about a day's walk from Talbot County, where I was born.
Mhm.
And so, although I did not know her before we escaped, her reputation soon introduced itself to me.
Mhm.
And as we all did, we started to work together in collaboration
Mhm.
on the Underground Railroad. And
Wow.
so, as of course, I was certainly heard of her and the things she was doing on the Underground Railroad,
Mhm.
and made connections with her. And one of the first times that I met uh, not Sojourner Truth, but Harriet Tubman, she came to my home. But this was when I was living in Rochester, New
Mhm.
York, on South Avenue,
Mhm.
and my home was using it as part of the Underground Railroad for slaves who were making their way to Canada.
Mhm.
And to give you an idea of what this great woman did was to bring 12 runaways from Virginia to South Avenue in Rochester, New York, and
Mhm.
knock on my door in the middle of the night. And we gave them a refuge and sleep and rest and food and shoes, and sent them on their way to Canada. And she went back to free other people in bondage. So that would give you an idea of my relationship with with Harriet Tubman.
So Harriet Tubman was indeed a real person. So you have it, everybody. You heard it here first from Frederick Douglass. Harriet Tubman came to his home with people who were escaping to freedom.
Thank you very much.